that's why I stress the blood test thing so much. They threw medication at me before they ever took my blood.
Yep.
That's kind of crazy if you think about it.
Yep.
They didn't really say, okay, well, let's get a baseline of what's going on with this guy. They just said, nope, here's some antipsychotics, here's painkillers, have fun.
Right.
Okay, well, what if I wake up in a Walmart
surrounded by cops?
And the craziest part is that there are natural paths now, and we have so many more remedies, not only within the fitness world, but being healthy in general creates a positive mindset.
Right.
Like going on to TRT, like it is a proven fact that being on testosterone makes hard work feel good.
Right.
So, going from all this stress to not having to work, to questioning your daily routines, to questioning why you're here, why am I out, where's the camaraderie? Well, it's all there still. You just have to know the paths.
Right.
And that's why we want to start talking about this stuff. I've personally witnessed 2 of my friends commit suicide prior to leaving the military. One on Fort Bragg and one at Fort Benning.
Mm-hmm.
And, they had come back from very severe deployments. We're talking extreme combat stress, Sadr City, Baghdad, and all of a sudden, we're looking at guys that really can't handle regular life, but they're putting up this wall as if they can, because all of a sudden, they have to go back to that 9-to-5 military role,
mm-hmm.
and they're not saying anything. And some guys break while they're in, some guys break while they're out.
Mm-hmm.
And I really hope that in the people that we can reach with this, that they can understand that, there is hope, there is a solution, there is a process you can take, and it's really scary to think that, the people that are supposed to be helping us are also responsible for most of the deaths.
Right.
And that's what freaks us all out now.
Yeah.
It's you go to the VA and you go to these other doctors, and here's something that you might want to consider. Just because you've been a doctor for 60 years doesn't mean you're modernly taught. And that's one of the scariest things I had to deal with is, when I first saw a doctor, and I got my diagnoses with TRT issues, mental disorders, those types of things. His first solution was, well, we're going to get you to a psychiatrist and get you medicated.
Right.
Okay, that's going to just help.
Right. And that's really just a temporary band-aid, because all of those psych meds have long-term potential side effects that are horrible, even worse than the symptoms you were experiencing in the first place.
Yeah, they alter brain chemistry.
Right.
That's what these medications do. And if you are on them long enough, it is a permanent factor.
Right.
There are points where you can't come back from those things.
Mm-hmm.
So for me and Brian here, we both want to see guys taking a more natural path, a healthier path, through diet, exercise,
mm-hmm.
outreach, those are huge things. Of course, who am I to tell you if you do or don't need a medication? Everybody is different.
Right.
But the whole goal is to not put you on 16 of them.
Right. Well, and the goal is ultimately to heal yourself too. And I was on psych meds for a couple of years. I was able to wean off of those once I learned the proper supplements to take to support healthy brain function. So I have a small stack of supplements that I use every morning for brain function that's replaced the psych meds. And now I feel much better mentally on a regular basis. The psych meds really just flatlined me mentally. And what I take now, I have my ups and my downs for sure, but it's on a much more positive level than it was with the psych meds. And this isn't something I have to worry about damaging me long term, because these are supplements. They're supplementing something that is missed in a diet, in a modern American kind of diet, right?